Well, boys and girls, we've made it to Ragnarok. And this game tricked me. Um, I ended up falling hook, line, and sinker for all of its themes surrounding death, the acceptance of death, and the idea of passing the torch. These were concepts that I was wrestling with myself quite a bit during my initial playthrough. Because on one hand, despite telling myself that Kratos can't possibly live forever, and if the series overall wasn't going to end with him, um, it was certainly poised to surpass him and go on in his legacy. Um, but I, as a fan, just wasn't really ready to accept the loss of Kratos and to go on without the face of the franchise, if you will. That was something that I really struggled with. But then on the other hand, I started thinking about his relationship with death, and whether he was rejecting it and fighting it in order to go on and accomplish whatever he was trying to, or having it ripped from his hands when he was finally ready to embrace it. Um, it just kind of started to make sense that this would be the place where he would lay down his weapons for the final time and find his peace that he's been searching for the entire series. Especially when you consider this is Ragnarok, right? This is the battle to end all battles, and what it would mean for him as this warrior to count himself among the dead and kind of attain the glory that comes along with that. And I think that this was kind of honestly what won me over, or caused me to lean more in that direction, is the segments where we got to break off and play as Atreus. Um, because I really got to see sort of the differences firsthand in the characters. Um, of course, we have personality differences where um, Kratos tries to be more stoic, unfeeling, and just all around more aggressive. His son is more inquisitive, more interested in learning and getting to know everything about the cultures and the overall world around him and the people in it. And then, of course, we have the gameplay differences. While Kratos is definitely more kind of a close combat, hand to hand, and just kind of a raging bull, we have Atreus, who is more focused on um, long-ranged combat and shape-shifting and stealth, and kind of has emphasis more on that, which was interesting to kind of think of the differences in gameplay that we could see in the future. And then there's, of course, the interactions that he has, Atreus has with characters like Angrboda, and I forget her name, but Thor's daughter, um, Sindri, and the interesting character development path that he's on, and just kind of was really intrigued by the kind of dynamic that everybody could have as a group going forward as well. But about the time that I started to feel at peace with this wouldn't you know, they decided to flip it on its head and say, rather than having him die, rather than having him find his peace in death, what if he didn't and instead found peace within himself, found peace within living and existing, which at first was just a mind-blowing concept for me because, you know, I was so sold on how that first initial thought path and process made sense that I didn't even see what they actually did as a conceivable option for the character. So when we got there, I was just like, man, my world blew up as a fan. Um, and this whole thing was geniusly supported by the Valhalla DLC, where he quite literally comes face to face with his past self and kind of overcoming those demons. And it really feels at the end of it like he is a changed man. Like you can literally feel that this is the end, the definitive end, the closing of the Greek saga. Like it's dead. It's gone. We're not gonna look at the past anymore. We're just gonna focus on moving forward. Um, and it just, I think the only way I can explain it or express it is to say that it ultimately just hit me like a more fulfilling ending, or it's not even really an ending, more like a rebirth to this character, but it was just the more fulfilling option between this and him just dying and moving on with Atreus otherwise. Um, but yeah, I just, you know, it gave me the best of both worlds because not only are we going to get more of Atreus and definitely the differences that he and hopefully his little band of characters bring to the series, but we also get to see, um, you know, Kratos kind of fitting into this new role of an actual god of the realm and teaming up with Freya to kind of rebuild it in a post Ragnarok, post Odin era, and it'll be interesting to see how those two stories kind of um, intersect and kind of balance each other out. I think that will be super cool, and I'm looking forward to how that all shapes up. But yeah, there you go, guys. That will mark the end of our God of War journey, unfortunately. But we, just like this, look forward to the future. So until next time, guys, take care of yourselves, and we'll see you later.